Hey folks, welcome again to another edition of Show and Tell What the Hell. And today I have for you some stuff that I would like to show and tell and talk about. And we all recognize these characters here, the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And these are the new GameStop exclusive turtles that you would have to get pre-orders on. And some GameStops will carry them, some won't. You could maybe find them online. They retail for about, I want to say about $25 plus shipping. And God, I gotta say, these are the most, I don't know, if you want to talk about characters that look like movie accurate action figure size, 6-inch scale figures that have a likeness to the movies, these guys are dead on. These are the turtles that I grew up with, and I just want to tell you real quickly my experiences with the turtles, my love for the four brothers here, and to kind of go into the toys themselves, but also what ended up happening last year. Now these are produced by I call them NECA, NECA. I call them NECA. They're NECA, but people call them NECA, and then I kind of combine them both. But so you got they come in these these open window beautiful cards with just showing the turtle here, and this looks to be the same turtle that you get, the one that's on the side. But in the back, if you look at the turtle there, you could tell that this was the larger scale turtle that NECA had produced, which are actually a little bit more available, and those featured real cloth. So these aren't the turtles that you get here, which I do actually appreciate. I do like the textures on these a little bit better. I think these sculpts were taken from the actual movie puppets. And of course, this was the last thing that Jim Henson had worked on. So they had a lot of quality. Now, what I like about these boxes is that, you can, of course, keep them in the package or just save the boxes for later. What they all come with are they come with like a different bandana, which is posed differently so that, instead of on his left side, you'd get it on the right side, and it looks more like it's in action, like it's flowing in the wind. You get some extra fingers here. You get some ties. You get some extra hands, and they're not meant to carry the weapons, I don't think. And you get a slice of pizza. Now, originally, these had come out through San Diego Comic-Con as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. And my experience with that was horrible. Now, I didn't go to the Comic-Con. I can't afford to go to the Comic-Con. I've never been to a San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not sure I really want to go there. But when they came, they said, we're going to offer these online. And I'm like, okay, cool. What I didn't know is that they would sell out in seconds. Literally in seconds. The first day they sold out, like I said, well, it was a couple of minutes. I don't know, I doubt it, because I went a couple of minutes and they're already gone. Second day, I went in and tried it again. Or the second day they had offered it, I went in, put them in my checklist, and next thing I know, they were gone, which takes me back to the old Matty Collector days. So I was just so, I was actually the first day I actually called the NECA office. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, and they had not produced enough, or something had happened. I was like, how can they sell out so fast? I don't think they anticipated the demand for these, the collector demand. I think everybody deserves these. Turtles was one of those things that they just, they had a huge following in the 90s. I actually was privileged to have grown up before the cartoon come out with Turtles. The toys had come out, but I had also started collecting the comics. In fact, my dad had bought me comics because he was a comic collector. And around the time, these were the first comics I was responsible for taking care of on my own, rather than getting his. It was more like, well, you got to stop going through my comics and go get your own. And so these turtles were old black and white Mirage Turtle comics. And one of the first ones I remember having was the Raphael and Casey Jones. And I got that one in a comic store in Houston when I was visiting my cousin. So, yeah, these were just, I mean, I was very much captivated with the turtles. So when the movie came out, I remember a lot of my friends being confused and weirded out by it because it wasn't like the cartoon, as it wasn't as close to the cartoon as it could have been. I was happy because it reminded me of those comics that I was telling people about. It was dark, gritty. It did have a little bit of the elements that the comic had. That the cartoon had. I wish someone would go back and re-edit the movie, and I actually wish someone would actually go get a good director and make a black and white turtle movie, nice and bloody and violent, but as it was intended. No, I've always been a real big Turtles fan, and I think NECA actually, despite the whole, you know, distribution issue, they made up for it by saying these are going to be GameStop exclusives. And so I put in a pre-order for Leonardo and Donatello, with the assumption that these guys are going to be readily available in the stores. That wasn't the case. By the time I knew it, they already came in, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't have time to pre-order the other ones. I'll just go and get them at the store. Well, it just so happened that they are very difficult to find. Well, at least when I was going for it. They were sold out on the website. You couldn't get them on the website anymore. As soon as they were released, they were sold out. So I've seen that happen a lot of times already, where they offer products for pre-order, and once they all come in, they only order what's necessary, and the rest, it's sold out. So I had to go and hunt down Michelangelo and Donnie. Of course, my two favorite turtles are Leonardo and Raphael, depending on which incarnation you get. Sometimes I like Raphael more, sometimes I like Leo more. In the movie, it's hard for me to tell. I really like both portrayals. I think Raphael was pretty... Leonardo's a little watered down from the comic, but Raphael was pretty spot on. And let me just go into some of the details. And just wonderful looking Raphael. And what I liked about the movie Turtles is that each one of them had a very different face. So that not only that they have different color bandanas, but they had different facial features. That the textures on this are a lot better to me than the large versions, which are a little bit more readily available, but a lot more expensive too. I think, what are they, 12-inch, 15-inch ones? This just looks so detailed. It even has that little scar that he has. And like I said, if you did this movie in black and white, you can tell the turtles apart. Just because... and you even get like little details that you don't even see in the movie, like the eyeballs and stuff. So the articulation is pretty good with all of them. I'm real careful with NECA articulation, but I do like that they added like an extra little piece of plastic here, so that you get this range of motion. You get some ankle tilts here. You get a size, of course. I really would have liked a version. I really would have liked. Rather than other bandanas, I would have liked different heads. Maybe if they re-release them, they can get different heads with different expressions, because they were so expressive. There were just so much movement going on, and I really haven't seen the original Turtle movie. What's wrong with you? To me, that's one of my all-time favorite movies, next to RoboCop, Conan the Barbarian, Transformers the movie, and Ninja Turtles up there. And it's just so dark feeling. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like one of those Death Wish movies. It's like that old New York, not old New York, but, 70s, 80s crime New York, where it's all the streets were always wet for some reason. It could be, in the middle of summer, but the streets are wet and it's dark all the time, and you never know what's lurking behind the corner, Everyone's doing heroin, too. Look at Mikey. Look at that. Great Mikey face. Oh, yeah. And, of course, Mikey had a different, more rounder head shape that I liked. I don't recall now. Here's something I should know. If the nunchucks, nunchaku, if they were actual chains in the movie. But, they fit right back over here. Just a great likeness. And let's get Donnie. You know what? This is my favorite version of Donnie, just because he was is voiced by Corey Feldman, and his face kind of looks like Corey Feldman too. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that weird thing where you merge the voice and the face of a character that's not the actual actor, like the way Disney does, and the genie looks like the genie will forever look like Robin Williams and not Will Smith. But for some reason, he looks like Corey Feldman to me. And yeah, this was to me, it was Donnie plus Corey Feldman. So another reason to enjoy the Turtles, and of course, my favorite of this line right here is just Leo. Just look at Leo's face, and he has that very serious, concerned. Ah, shite. Sorry, got these rocks. Let me move these rocks out of the way here. Yeah, he has the "you lie" face. You lie. Do I? Yeah, I like a little. You got a little bit of a lighter tone on the nose area and little dots. Very meticulously detailed. The katanas, they're not really bendy at all. I like that they used a really good plastic on this. And this is what confused me here. I don't know why this has this open gap. I've seen other figures have that. But look at the turtle shell on these too. I mean, that looks like a real turtle shell. In fact, I have one somewhere. I would bust it out. Yeah, these are just... If you want to see like these, I give these a solid A+. These are perfect toys. I hope that these will become more readily available at Gamestops. I think it was a mistake if they just ordered just for pre-orders, because if anybody walks into a GameStop and sees one of these, they say, "Oh my God, look at this, a Ninja Turtle!" And the one thing about the Ninja Turtles is if you buy one, you're gonna want to buy all four. And it's worth the investment. They were selling and it came online a couple of times after the pre-order sold. Yeah, because I was glued to my computer seeing when I can get these before I went out actually looking for these. And thanks to my buddy Robin, who actually called another GameStop to see if they had them and asked them if they can hold them, but which they did. And I'm so happy because I would have been devastated if I had not been able to complete them for a second time. That would have been so annoying. But yeah, I just really love the job that they did on these Turtles. And the movie Turtles, you can't beat the movie Turtles. Now, what I would like to see is if they were to re-release these with different heads, maybe just different expressions. I really don't care about the Secret of the Ooze. I think it's like Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. You enjoy the franchise. You're younger, you appreciate it, but now it's just like, geez, how stupid was that movie compared to this one? The first one was a masterpiece compared to that. Now, look, there are certain things that I do appreciate about Secret of the Ooze, but you just can't compare it to the original Turtles. I would love to get a Foot Soldier 2-pack, or I think what NECA's putting out these cartoon accurate Turtles. I'd like them to do a 2-pack of Shredder and a Foot Soldier, and Casey Jones and a Foot Soldier. That way he has someone to fight, and Shredder has someone to command and tell him to go and get the Turtles, go vanish. But wouldn't Splinter be cool too? That would be awesome. Who would you buy Splinter with? Would you want to get a 2-pack Splinter Shredder, or what was the name of the dude? Shredder's right-hand man. The Ninja Vanish guy. Ninja Vanish! Or would you want to get a Vanilla Ice toy? No. Sorry I put that thought in your head. But geez, man, these toys are fucking awesome. God damn it. I love being a turtle. I love being a collector for shit like this. This is what keeps me coming back. If I was like a crack addict, this would be some really good crack. This is like... If I had quit collecting toys and these came out, I would have been so pissed off I had not picked them up. But even there's going to be a lot of scalpers out there. There's going to be a lot of people on eBay that you're going to find these on. I still think it'd be worth the price to get some of these, if you see like a $20 markup or even a $40 markup. I mean, I was originally there was like a diorama originally, like a New York street diorama. I could make my own. I'm fine without getting that. I would have no idea where to put it. And so, but I was going to get that as a last resort when the individual sold out, but that one sold out too. It was just way too much money for me to do. It's like, I think it's good to get one thing at a time. If it's a 2025, that's reasonable. Not a lot of us make all this money, you know. We're not all, working, IT jobs where we're getting a huge paycheck. Like I'm living a paycheck to paycheck, and partially the reason why is because I keep buying all these damn toys and music equipment and things like that. But it's just like I got expensive hobbies. So anyway, I'd like to see. I hope these guys become a little bit more available for people in the mass market to pick up. These shouldn't be just for collectors because turtles are universal. Even though I have my version of the turtles that I like, well, the Fox Kids versions were, I mean, if you haven't seen that, that is probably the best animated series of turtles I've ever had because it's so close to the comic. And I think Laird was a consultant on that one. But guys, if you can't pick these up, man, I don't even tell you. I don't even tell you. I think it's one of the, you just watch this video and you're like, oh yeah, I want these. I don't need to do any convincing. What I would say is, if you have the cash for it, pick up extras. Give it to someone. Give someone the gift of turtles. These would if you know someone who has a turtle that you think Raph's their favorite turtle. These are awesome representations. Now, would you all go for Secret of the Ooze? Am I completely out of my gourd if I'm saying that we shouldn't get Secret of the Ooze figures? Because I really don't care. I do know that NECA's putting out, NECA is putting out these fabulous looking 2-packs, but I'm also very excited as to what Super 7 is going to be doing. And if Super 7 could get me some comic versions of the turtles, like not the small Stumpy, but when they started getting a little bit taller, the kind of like this physique, when they started looking muscular, when they started fighting the Utrom, around like, I don't know, I want to say around maybe issue 8 or so, started getting bigger. Some people have seen like was it Dan Lawson? I forgot who did the cover where they're fighting the Utroms, and they use that same cover for the Ninja Turtle NES game, that poster. Just beautiful version of the turtles where they look a little bit taller than their regular 5-foot stature. They're a little bit taller. Then they got all red bandanas and they're all kind of pointing out, and they look just savage. So anyway, that's just me rambling on because I'm a rambling man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these. If you can find them, get them. Again, thanks for checking this out. And I don't know what I'm going to get next. I think I've gotten all my really good stuff out of the way, but hopefully I'll pick up some new goods to show off and tell off. Take care, and we'll see you later on.